Scientists and technologists have learned to manufacture in bulk substances unknown to nature. All right. So he's talking about scientists and what they have been doing. So now I know this passage is going to talk about the work of our scientists. All right. Against many of these, nature is virtually dash. Okay, we're talking of scientists versus nature. Scientists have learned to manufacture in bulk substances not known to nature, and against this work of the scientists, nature is virtually dash, helpless, whatever. It can't do anything, right? That's the idea we get. It is as if Aborigines were suddenly attacked with machine gun fire. Natives of a land are called Aborigines. The first natives, the people who lived. And what did conquerors do? They came there, they killed the natives or subjugated them and took over. So suddenly you have these tribals who are not exposed to the world, and they've been, taken over by people who've got machine gun. It's as if Aborigines were suddenly attacked with machine gun fire. The same way, nature is compared to Aborigines, and science has been compared to people who've taking over natives with machine gun fire. Their bows and arrows, the bows and arrows of Aborigines, are of dash avail. Dash avail. So when you are suddenly faced with machine gun fire, you're going with bow and arrow. What is the use of the bow and arrow? Nothing. Of no avail. Avail means use. Availability, avail facilities, use it. So here the word we want is no avail or little avail. We already got the idea. These substances, unknown to nature, owe their almost magical effectiveness precisely to this vulnerability of nature, and those account also for their dash ecological impact. Nature is vulnerable. It is helpless. Science is advancing, like it's using machine guns to hold nature at ransom. This weakness of nature only has a bow and arrow. Science, on the other hand, has machine guns. So, with this power, science is making stuff. It is manufacturing material in bulk, which nature can't do anything against. And then the option is saying that this weakness of nature is is effective only because of this weakness of nature. Nature can't do anything against them, and that is also the reason for the dash ecological impact of science. Negative, destructive, those are the words we want. Let's look at the options. Let's look at the first word. Against many of these, nature is virtually prone. What does prone mean? You're prone to something. So, prone as a position means sleeping on your stomach. Okay? So, nature, or you can say if you have a tendency to make mistakes, you would say, I am prone to doing this. So, nature, you can't use prone just like that. Prone cannot be used as nature is helpless, right? Something that describes the state of nature. Prone to what is the question? Prone itself leaves the sentence hanging. Therefore, A is wrong. Nature is virtually defenseless, works, handicapped, works, helpless, works, indestructible doesn't work, because later in the passage he talks about the vulnerability of nature, weakness of nature. So nature is indestructible, he can't say. Here, when you read the passage, the tone says science is all powerful, nature is like somebody with a bow, an aborigine or native with a bow and arrow, while science is armed with a machine gun. Right? So E also doesn't work. A and E are out. Let's now see. Nature is virtually defenseless, handicapped, helpless. All three work. It is as if Aborigines were suddenly attacked with machine gun fire. Their bows and arrows are of great avail, no. Immense avail, no. Little avail, are of little use. Is of hardly any use, zero use. So no or little goes. Remember, a little means has a positive connotation. Little means almost nothing. Therefore, we already know that D is our answer. Right? So you'll say that against many of these, nature is virtually helpless. It is as if Aborigines were suddenly attacked with gunfire. Their bows and arrows are of little aware. These substances, unknown to nature, owe their magical effectiveness to nature's vulnerability, and those also account for their dangerous ecological impact. Perfect. So the answer is